You and I have a mandate. Let's talk about your mandate every Thursday on the program, The Mandate, brought to you by ZT Communications in partnership with the Taraba State Broadcasting Service, TSBS Jalingo. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call 0803-454-0469. The Mandate, a path to good governance.
They're gonna lead us well. Don't let this nation to fall inside well.
Hello, welcome to the program, The Mandate. The Mandate is the program where we hear from heads of institutions explain to us their mandate. Today we will hear from someone who wears several caps, but particularly let me inform you that he is a member representing the Northeast on the board of the Northeast Development Commission. I am talking about none other than Chief David Sabo Kente. He's a household name. Many of you know him as DSK. So today we have DSK here. Sir, it's our pleasure to have you on the mandate.
You're welcome.
All right, so basically we want to find out from you, this mandate you hold, what is it about?
Yeah, thank you very much. Because of the crisis in the Northeast region of Nigeria that has lasted over 10 years, the President Muhammadu Buhari decided to set up the Northeast Development Commission with the pure mandate to deliver to our people succor on the aftermath of this crisis. The Boko Haram crisis has been here for close to over 10 years. Has created a lot of damages. A lot of schools have been damaged, hospitals have been damaged, people's homes, worship places, churches and mosques have been damaged, roads, bridges, and a lot of psychosocial damages have also been done to people of the region. And the President felt there's a need to come up with an intervention program, and that is why the NEDC was formed, and we're currently intervening in virtually all the areas I've mentioned.
Okay. Now you did mention about insurgency, basically like the Boko Haram. But I know that in the Northeast there are states that are not ravaged by this alone. Could you expand more? Because it's seeming more like we've seen a lot of intervention, even states like Taraba State, for instance, from this development commission. So is it particularly for just those who have the insurgency like the Boko Haram or others as well?
Yeah, thanks for that correction. Actually, a lot of the states in the Northeast have also been ravaged by communal clashes, the former herdsmen clashes and stuff like that. Part of the mandate of the NEDC is to also intervene in under those circumstances. Like you rightly said, Taraba has witnessed quite a lot of crises. We have farmers herdsmen, we have the thief chicken crisis that has virtually destroyed the infrastructure, the entire infrastructure in those areas. We are also intervening in the same manner in other states where they may not have the Boko Haram crisis, but have been affected by the farmers herdsmen crisis, like the one that took place in Bauchi recently between Fulani farmers and Fulani herdsmen. You can see even within one tribe in the region we see a crisis. Yeah, so we are actually intervening in all those such crises.
All right, great job there, because it means it's going to be a very heavy duty on this commission. And then you coming particularly from that end of the country. Could you tell us a little into the insights of this mandate? Because it means you are always on the move to supply intervention at one point or the other.
To be very honest with you, the situation in Northeast is very pathetic. Like you rightly said, we are virtually on the move most of the times. our headquarters is in Maiduguri, and we have a liaison office in Abuja. But I'll tell you, the MD of NADC is always on flight virtually every two days. He's in Maiduguri for 2 days, be in Abuja for maybe the next 3 days, and he's back to Maiduguri. Because there's a lot to be done to bring support to our people, particularly with the difficulties encountered with the COVID-19. And that is another burden on the commission, because we are now, while in the process of trying to find ways to ameliorate the crisis occasioned by the destruction caused by the crisis, COVID-19 came in again. So we are now having fighting the deficit in infrastructure from two fronts. Fighting both the COVID destruction and then the crisis disruption in the zone. So we're actually doing a lot. We're intervening in virtually every part of, in all sectors we're intervening. We're intervening in water, we're intervening in education, we're intervening in rural infrastructure like rural roads, township roads, bridges, and schools, and quite a lot of health centers and stuff like that. As I speak to you, the Commission is putting up together a lot of intervention. I think in the next couple of weeks, you'll be seeing NADC signboards or signposts in virtually every part of the Northeast, because we're intervening in every single ward. We're intervening in virtually all the wards in the Northeast. And we are on ground trying to do our best to make sure that we provide support. That is the bottom line.
Wow, that's massive.
Yeah.
I can imagine every word. For instance, Taraba State has about 168 words, I guess, meaning every word is going to have the presence of one project or the other.
That is what we're intending to do. In fact, the Northeast has 1,340 wards.
Comprising of the 6 states?
The 6 states, 1,340 wards in the region. Every single electoral ward is going to benefit from our programs. Some physical infrastructure, some by way of scholarships. I'm sure you are aware the Education Endowment Fund, the Northeast Commission Education Endowment Fund, has just been inaugurated.
Where you are the chairman.
I chair that, and my mandate includes intervening in every single ward. We're preparing to sponsor at least 2 undergraduate students in every single ward in the Northeast.
2 undergraduate students.
2 undergraduate students. Every single local government, we're going to be providing scholarship for 3 people for master's program. And every single senatorial district is going to be having 3 doctorate degree scholarship per senatorial district. So we're talking about 18 senatorial districts times 6 states, that's about 56 or 54 for the entire Northeast for the doctorate degree in the region. For first degree, like I said, 2 per ward, and 1,340 times 2. We are talking about 2,800 people benefiting from our scholarship scheme in every ward.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's actually massive. Yes, a lot of people might be saying we are not fast or we've not done enough, they've not seen us on ground, but I assure you, in no time, we are going to be on ground to do quite a lot.
Sure, because this has already whet the appetites. Even myself here, even though I may not be entitled to any, it sounds really encouraging and appetizing. But now one will be wondering, how soon will that come? You preempted my question when you did say, it seems you're coming in slow, but you're steady. How soon is this good omen coming to the people of the Northeast through the commission?
Yeah, because this commission came into, we're just about a year plus.
Okay.
And you know what it means to start a new place.
Sure.
You need to put in place the administrative framework, come out with designs, employ people, set up, do the setup and stuff like that. It has actually taken quite a long time. We've been trying to complete those processes. Those processes are already being completed now. That's why I said in no time, before the year runs out, in every single local government in the Northeast, you are going to be seeing a signboard showing you or giving you a direction to one of our project sites.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, people, you've heard it here first on the program, the mandate. That's why we tell you here that we bring you those who hold the mandate, and of course they explain to us how we can benefit from this mandate. So sir, my next question is going to be, one listening to you now, heard this now, will be wondering, how do I get in? How do I key in to benefit from this? Is it something people would have to apply, or is it going to be chosen from a certain criteria the commission has set up for beneficiaries?
Yeah, thank you very much. For the infrastructural development, schools, hospitals, upgrade of water projects and such stuff, the selection criteria is working with the state governments. We have been in touch. In fact, part of the delays we are having in implementing those elements is even the collaboration with the state governments. You know, you don't just go into a state or into a community and start working on an infrastructure.
Okay.
The infrastructure on ground are owned by the states. Some of them that were rehabilitating are actually owned by the states. We as an interventionist outfit, we have to liaise with the state governments to select for us where they feel those infrastructures need intervention. That they have done. Virtually every single local government in Taraba has been visited. Projects have been selected by the state government in conjunction with the staff of any DC, and compilations have been done, and in no distant future the projects will go into the next phase of actual execution. Yeah, for the scholarship scheme, we are developing a module, a framework of selecting people. Like, we are not only sponsoring candidates to go and read any course.
Okay.
We are specifically trying to emphasize technical and science-based courses.
Okay.
Scientific based courses that can add value to the education in the region. You are aware we have a lot of graduates out there that actually have schooled, they have the certificates, but they do not have the jobs. We are trying to choose courses that will enable them become self-reliant when they graduate ultimately. So a set of criteria has been put in place to make sure that the courses people will choose, that we will sponsor, will be courses that will make them self-reliant. That is what we're already working on. So once the criteria for selection is ready, the selection process, selection of beneficiaries of the scholarship scheme will be open to the public for people to apply. Once you meet the criteria, you can be selected. We are not only sponsoring people in terms of scholarship, we intend to also train those who already have certificates, but maybe the certificates are not very useful to them.
Okay.
Using the TVET system, vocational and entrepreneurship programs, and skill acquisition programs, to be able to mop up all the graduates and unemployed youths in the region. In fact, as part of our mandate, we are focusing on having up to 30,000 beneficiaries per annum for the next 5 years.
Wow.
We want to remove 150,000 youths from the streets in terms of scholarship and technical, vocational and entrepreneurship programs. Those are the things we are putting in place.
You've let out a lot already, but I'm sure there's a lot more to learn about this commission. Just like you said, it's fairly new, and then its activity is not really known to those who even see and already are benefiting from it. So we'd like to know more about what the Northeast Commission, right from the inception, what the president had in mind to have actually thought out. I know there's the NDDC, which serves the South region. Now, but the Northeast region, I'm sure it's somewhat a tweak because it didn't really get to do with maybe any derivative formula we also produce, maybe the oil or something like that. What formed the motive for this Northeast Development Commission for the Northeast particularly?
Actually, like I earlier mentioned, because of the devastation of the crisis, the virus crisis in the region,
Okay.
the president felt the need to intervene. Therefore, they set up the NEDC with the primary mandate to address those issues. And the funding arrangement is not based on any derivation or any formula.
Okay.
The federal government provides the funding, and these funds are applied in an attempt to solve those issues. And the funds are released to the NEDC for executing those programs. I would quick to say that it's a very big opportunity for us in the Northeast.
Okay.
If we can put our heads together and manage the commission, manage this program very well, our people stand to gain a lot. Like for instance, the scholarship schemes in all the states in the Northeast are no more there. No state pays scholarship again. You can imagine the president giving us an opportunity to provide scholarship for our wards. Like you mentioned, 168 wards in Taraba. And then you're having 2 persons from each ward benefiting from a scheme. That means 168 times 2.
Yeah.
That gives you about 400 people benefiting from that scheme. Then the master's program, the PhD program. These are really opportunities that the president has afforded the people of the Northeast. So for us, it's to commend the president for this laudable initiative.
Now, while we commend him, like Oliver Twist, we would certainly ask for more for the Northeast. For instance, someone listening out there, what's the sustainability plan for this? Like you did mention now it's not drawn from like maybe any mineral resources or the oil and all of that. So how would this funding outlive maybe this current administration, for instance? This is a very good one, and the people will want to enjoy it always. Is there a sustainability plan?
Yeah, you know, this is a commission that is backed by the Act of Parliament.
Okay.
It's backed by the Act of the National Assembly. That means it's sustainable. Once there's a budget for ministries and boards and parastatals, of course, NEDC will also have a budget. The president has even been very magnanimous that we even have special funding. We have special funding from the VAT, and then we have special funding from Ecological Fund, in addition to any appropriation by the National Assembly. And in addition to that, there are even external funded projects that we're benefiting from. The federal government has negotiated for facilities from multilateral organizations and decided to apply the process of those facilities to the Northeast. So the fundings are many.
Okay.
And I assure you with what the president has done, is sustainable. It's going to be there for a very long time. Yes, some of the fundings might not be as good as they are today due to the fall in the price of crude oil. But of course, you know, no matter what, the other sources will continue to have funds coming in to augment whatever that is the shortfall from the budgetary provisions.
All right, we are coasting towards the end of the program, but we won't go without talking about the man, Chief David Sabo Kente. So can you give us a little, maybe let's just peep into your private activity as well before we end the show.
Okay, thank you very much. DSK Foundation is a foundation that came into being following the idea that came into my head about 10 years ago. Specifically, the DSK Foundation started operating in 2011, 2012.
Okay.
That was when it was incorporated. The primary aim then, and up to today, is to put back to the society what God has blessed one with. It's absolutely a private foundation, and growing up in a family where we give out a lot to people, I had this impression that if God blesses me when I was growing up, that if ultimately God blesses me, I was going to put part of whatever He puts under me to the public, to the less privileged to benefit from. And that was how the idea came. We've been intervening since 2012 when the foundation was officially launched. Up to today, we are still doing our best, trying to intervene in quite a number of areas. That's all I can say for now.
Okay, well, you've said so much already, and that's really encouraging. But again, as a way of motivating someone out there who is just growing up in maybe learning how to mold their personality, what would be your advice to philanthropy generally?
Yeah, part of the issues we have in Nigeria is that we are people that do not do much for the less privileged. So my call on well-to-do Nigerians is for us to develop the attitude of giving to those who lack a lot. For me, I think my happiest moments and the moments I sleep best is when I share whatever I have with people. Some people will tell you, oh, David Sabo Kente is a capitalist. But of course, out of what God has given to me, I take a very good portion, a very big portion, which I give to people. Like just 2 days ago, I was in my bed sleeping, and one thing told me, oh, you have some bags of rice that I bought quite about 4 months ago during the COVID lockdown. I bought a truck of rice, which I distributed, and I still had 260 bags in the store. I just called myself in the morning. I said, my instinct tells me that 200 bags be distributed today to widows only. And 2 days ago, if you call Ukari, they will tell you all widows, or most of the widows where it requires pairing, we are giving bags of rice to pair, some 2 per bag, some 1 single bag, depending on the level of difficulty the widow is in. So these are the kind of thing we encourage people to do. And once you do that, there is a feeling that comes to you. You sleep with your 2 eyes closed, and also you have a feeling of fulfillment. And then you fear less about enemies, because you know what it means to deal with widows and orphans. Once they pray for you, they speak directly to the God Almighty in heaven. They don't have another channel. They don't need a pastor to pray for you. You don't need a pastor to pray for you under that circumstance. You do good to them. They ask God to bless you, and God will bless you instantly. Yeah. So I encourage well-to-do Nigerians that the secret in life of being happy and being prosperous is to give to the less privileged. So I try to encourage as many people as possible to try to give.
Wow, that's encouraging, really. A word for the wise. But again, with all this you're doing and being far away, I hope that won't be a concern for those who already benefit from your charity back home in Taraba State. You are now far off at the Northeast Commission, and that's taking you away from home. Don't you feel a little bit that your mandate is shifting you from your calling, which is the philanthropic aspect of your life, which you feel fulfilled for?
Not really. I am a part-time member of the board. I'm not on the day-to-day management of the board of the activities of NEDC.
Okay.
I'm a part-time member of the board representing the Northeast. So often I only go to attend meetings or go for oversight in Maiduguri and other states. I don't get too involved in that. So I still have an ample time and opportunity to still do my private businesses, which is what I am so much happy with doing, and then also do my charity work, which is what sustains me.
Please listen to this announcement. Kedi Healthcare cordially invites you to her business opportunities seminar holding this Saturday. Come and learn about a business that gives you the opportunity to be your own boss, guarantees financial freedom, offers you the rare opportunity for global travels, improves standard of living, secures your future and that of your family, guarantees sound health, and lots more. With the current economic realities, a single means of income will not be enough to pay all your bills. Come and be part of this fastest growing business with unlimited residual income and financial freedom to meet all your daily financial needs. Come to Kedi Healthcare Business Seminar this Saturday. Entry is free. Venue, Suite 7, former Miapet Plaza, opposite Jolly Nyame Stadium, Jalingo. Time, 10:30 a.m. prompt. For seat reservation, please call 070-6482-6613 or 081-0744-4350. New life with Kedi. You can't afford to miss this. Alright, so Tarabans, no fears. You still have your DSK back home there doing what he knows how to do best. As he has said it himself succinctly, he enjoys it when he gives out the more. So thank you very much, sir, for granting us time on this program, The Mandate, explaining in its entirety as very in simple terms for us to understand what the mandate of the Northeast Development Council and your role is and how it benefits Tarabans and the Northeast generally.
Thank you too. I appreciate your coming. I'm highly privileged to be on your program.
Okay, that's the much we take on the mandate today. But remember, the mandate comes back your way, same station and same time, if you continue to stick here. But remember, you can also listen and watch the entire package online if you click on our website www.ztonline.com. I'm Iwe Sekunde Enoch. Bye for now. You and I have a mandate. Let's talk about your mandate every Thursday on the program, The Mandate. Brought to you by ZT Communications in partnership with the Taraba State Broadcasting Service, TSBS Jalingo. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call 0803-454-0469. The Mandate, a path to good governance.
They gonna lead us well. Don't let this nation to fall inside well. Inside well. Inside well. Inside well.